Hello, everyone! As you know, all the greatest discoveries always start with someone saying, "What if?" Today, we offer you a chance to explore the most incredible and fascinating experiments together, from scientific research to experiments that you can try at home. Let's get it on. What happens when you put different objects between two super powerful magnets with a force of more than 70 kg? For obvious reasons, trying these tricks with neodymium magnets at home is strictly forbidden. You don't even want to imagine what would happen if it were not a cup of rainbow drops, but some part of your body. Yikes. Question: how much cheaper will this $40,000 gold bar become after you crush it with the hydraulic press? Okay, it was a tricky question, but seeing pure gold turn into clay under the press is awesome, isn't it? We all dreamed of riding our bike so that we could outrun the wind and everything in our path when we were kids. These guys made this idea a reality by installing a jet engine on a bicycle. How to impress any child and have a lot of fun yourself? Dry ice is the solid form of carbon dioxide, and it looks spectacular at any show or party. Of course, if used reasonably and in a ventilated room or outdoors. In case you're hungry, we've got a great steak here, cooked in the most extreme way you can imagine. Your eyes do not deceive you, this is lava. It seems that the authors of the experiment discovered the 7th degree of doneness, when "well done" turns into "what have I done?" Smartphones, robot vacuums, and power tools. Few can argue with the fact that modern technology makes our lives easier, but is it really so superior to the good old classics in terms of efficiency? Okay, we didn't expect that from a regular scythe, but a handsaw is definitely not as good as a chainsaw, right? Have you ever needed to write down an important phone number or some notes at school and your pen ran out of ink at the worst possible moment? Of course, you can always carry spare pens with you, or you can calculate how many kilometers the ink will last.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Leave it, look. It's done.
The result is just over 1.5 kilometers. Are you impressed, or did you expect more? In addition, with a ballpoint pen, you don't just need to measure the length, but also take into account straight or curved lines and the style of your handwriting. However, it's much easier with a pencil eraser. You have only 1,247 strokes. You probably won't be able to eat burgers without flinching for a long time. You know, these tiny creatures have an excellent appetite. It only took them 12 hours to eat a Big Mac. It's a good thing none of us have had to deal with them in the line at the fast food restaurant. It's time for a tastier experiment, and we promise, no cockroaches. Guess how many times you have to lick a chocolate bar before it runs out? What do you think will happen if you heat a kitchen knife to 1000 degrees Celsius and cut crayons with it? The answer seems obvious: they will melt. Then how about something more durable? For example, lithium from batteries. The author of the experiment also used gallium as a victim. In fact, this metal is capable of dissolving at temperatures even lower than the human body. But it still looks pretty fascinating, doesn't it? We have already seen the effects of high temperatures on lithium, but what about its reaction with water? Remember that lithium is an alkali metal. When it interacts with water, alkali is formed and hydrogen is released, which can lead to an exothermic reaction. Disclaimer: it's a fire hazard. Does this mean that if you start a potato farm, you can forget about paying for electricity bills? Sometimes, in order to prove a theory, you have to sacrifice something. For example, if you plan to test what a powerful sound system can do, you'll have to sacrifice the windshield. What is the most logical thing a person can do when seeing a bull rushing toward them? Of course, run away as quickly as possible, but the actual answer may not be as obvious as it seems, as proven by the experiment of the teacher Ricardo Torres Martinez.
Quietos todos, ya vieron. No se muevan.
Ricardo took his students to a farm in Mexico, lined them up in a row in a building, and ordered them not to move while a bull ran between them. As you can see, if you don't provoke the animal, it doesn't display any aggression. So the best reaction when you face this animal is to freeze in place.
Superada. Muy bien. Ahorita se van yendo. Amárralo ya. Llévatelo para allá. Ahora sí, ya. Órale, muchachos.
Hicieron bien en no moverse ellos.
Now you see why unprepared swimmers shouldn't dive without a scuba tank. The same thing happens to our lungs under the powerful pressure of water. Pressure is actually extremely dangerous, and it does not matter if it's underwater or on land. Check out how this barrel crumbles due to temperature differences. How long before acetone turns a keyboard into a mushy mass?
24 hours later.
You can easily try this at home if you have an extra keyboard and don't mind awful smells. We've all seen what happens to a watermelon under the pressure of rubber bands. But what if you put the watermelon with the rubbers in the water? Have you ever wondered how many eggs can stop a toy train? You haven't? Well, someone has, and now you'll know too. Can you imagine a cube soap bubble? That's not necessary though. We'll just show it to you. By the way, to make this idea come to life, you only need plastic tubes, bamboo skewers, and some soap solution. Any idea how this happens? Maybe someone behind the scenes is reducing the water pressure? Or is this a magic wand? There's no magic or cheating. The trick is in the straw. It's not hard to guess that it sucks in water, thereby reducing the dome of water for a short time. Who doesn't remember the famous scene from The Shining? Well, Johnny would be in big trouble if the hotel had doors that passed these kinds of crash tests. Something to think about for Futurama fans. What if that's how the Hypnotoad gained its powers? Like if you're going to hypnotize all the toads in the neighborhood tomorrow. You might have seen the light bulb in the microwave experiment more than once. The peculiarity of this one is in the different reactions of different kinds of light bulbs. Check it out.
Lights on.
By the way, you can avoid exploding or melting in one clever way. Place the base of the light bulb in the water before putting it in the microwave. It looks like Dr. Strange is about to come out of that smoke ring, don't you think?
I'm Dr. Stephen Strange.
This experiment, loved by many children and adults, is known as elephant toothpaste. All you have to do is mix a few simple ingredients and voila! You get a fluffy substance that looks like colored bubblegum or cotton candy. You should try it yourself. We know you love life hacks, so here's one for you. If you don't have a corkscrew at the party but your friend brought a hair straightener just in case, then okay, now can someone explain why even with this packaging, every fifth egg in the supermarket is cracked? The fact that cats are liquid is no surprise to anyone. But did you know that they also have built-in springs in their paws? If you've ever ridden in the backseat of a car with two other people next to you, you know it's not very comfortable. Now imagine that there are 18 other passengers in the car besides you. In 2016, a group of enthusiasts decided to set a Guinness record and fit 19 people in one Tesla. So that's how people feel in clown cars.
Come on, get out, Noodles, seesaw, oopsie, lap sweat, hoo-ha, jitters, Sir Wide Butt.
Our research has come to an end, so please like the video if you got a good portion of vivid impressions and discovered something new. Tell us in the comments what experiment impressed you the most. See you soon!